The brave little hero, saving the village from Gentle Ben. Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled in a beautiful valley, there lived a kind-hearted and brave little boy named Ethan. He spent his days exploring the lush, green forest surrounding the village and listening to the stories told by the village elders. These stories often involved great heroes who embarked on exciting adventures, and Ethan dreamt of one day becoming a hero himself. Ethan's village was a peaceful and happy place, where the people worked together and cared for one another. The villagers were farmers, blacksmiths, bakers, and weavers, each contributing to the harmony and prosperity of the community. They took pride in their beautiful gardens, which bloomed with vibrant flowers, and their bountiful orchards, which produced delicious fruits. One sunny morning, as the villagers were busy with their daily chores, they suddenly heard a loud commotion coming from the edge of the forest. Frightened whispers spread through the village, as everyone tried to figure out what could have caused the disturbance. As they gathered in the village square, they soon discovered that a big, but rather clumsy, bear had wandered into their village. They named him Gentle Ben because, despite his size, he seemed curious and friendly, not at all threatening. Gentle Ben's arrival brought both excitement and concern to the village. The children marveled at the sight of the large bear, while the adults worried about the potential dangers he posed. It wasn't long before Gentle Ben's playful nature started causing trouble. He accidentally knocked over fences, trampled the beautiful flower beds, and even scared away the chickens from their coop. The villagers, though they knew the bear meant no harm, were becoming increasingly worried about the damage and chaos he was causing. Ethan, seeing the villagers' concern and wanting to help, decided that it was time for him to step up and become the hero he had always dreamed of being. He knew that he needed to find a way to guide Gentle Ben out of the village and back to his forest home. But first, he needed to gain the bear's trust. Over the next few days, Ethan observed Gentle Ben from a distance, taking note of the bear's habits and preferences. He noticed that Gentle Ben had a particular fondness for honey and often lingered near the beehives at the edge of the village, hoping to get a taste of the sweet treat. Ethan devised a plan to gain Gentle Ben's trust by offering him some honey. He approached the village beekeeper, Mrs. Maple, and explained his plan. Mrs. Maple, impressed by Ethan's courage and determination, gladly gave him a jar of her finest honey. With the honey in hand, Ethan bravely approached Gentle Ben, who was busy sniffing around a beehive, searching for honey. "Hello, Gentle Ben," Ethan called out, his voice steady and confident. "My name is Ethan, and I'm a friend. I see that you're looking for something sweet to eat. We have some delicious honey in the village, but I need you to promise me that you won't cause any more trouble." Gentle Ben looked at Ethan, tilting his head curiously. The bear seemed to understand that the little boy wanted to help, and he gave a soft, friendly growl in response. Ethan led Gentle Ben away from the beehive and the frightened villagers, guiding him to a secluded spot near the river. There, he offered the bear the jar of honey Mrs. Maple had given him. Gentle Ben eagerly accepted the treat, licking the sticky sweetness from his paws with delight. While the bear enjoyed his honey, Ethan decided to teach him a few simple rules to keep both him and the villagers safe. He explained that Gentle Ben should always be careful when moving around the village, so he wouldn't accidentally knock things over or scare anyone. Gentle Ben listened attentively, nodding his head in understanding. Ethan also suggested that Gentle Ben should learn to recognize the boundaries of the village and the forest, so he would know where it was safe for him to play and explore. The two of them spent several days walking around the outskirts of the village, with Ethan pointing out landmarks and teaching Gentle Ben the difference between the village and the forest. As the days went by, the villagers noticed the positive change in Gentle Ben's behavior. He became more careful and considerate of his surroundings, and they began to appreciate the gentle giant's presence. They even started leaving out treats for him, like honey and fruits, as a sign of their newfound friendship. The villagers were grateful to Ethan for his bravery and wisdom, and they celebrated his heroic actions with a grand feast. The feast was held in the village square, with tables laden with delicious food, colorful decorations, and lively music. Ethan was the guest of honor, and the villagers took turns sharing stories of his courage and compassion. During the feast, Ethan noticed that Gentle Ben was watching the festivities from the edge of the forest. He excused himself from the party and approached the bear, inviting him to join the celebration. Gentle Ben hesitated at first, but with Ethan's encouragement, he slowly approached the village square. The villagers, seeing Ethan and Gentle Ben together, welcomed the bear with open arms. They marveled at how Ethan had been able to form such a strong bond with the gentle giant, and they praised him for his kindness and understanding. From that day on, Ethan was known as the brave little hero, and the villagers would often share stories of his courage and compassion. As for Gentle Ben, he continued to visit the village from time to time, always careful and respectful of his surroundings. And whenever he would arrive, the villagers would greet him with open arms and sweet treats, grateful for the bond they had formed with their gentle, furry friend. Over the years, the village continued to thrive, and the friendship between the villagers and Gentle Ben became a symbol of harmony and understanding. The village elders would tell the story of Ethan, the brave little hero, and how he had taught them all the importance of kindness, empathy, and looking beyond appearances. And as for Ethan, his dreams of becoming a hero had come true. He continued to explore the forest and go on adventures, always with Gentle Ben by his side. Together, they shared countless joyful moments and created memories that would last a lifetime. In the end, the brave little hero had not only saved his village from the chaos caused by a gentle bear, but he had also brought his community closer together, teaching them the true value of friendship and understanding. The end.